Hello, my dear students. Today I'm going to discuss one of the most important topics in JEE and NEET, that is redox titration. And today I'm going to discuss the concept with the help of a unique model called super learning model, so that very easily you can understand each and every step how to solve the numericals. So, what is this super learning model? This consists of three steps. So basically, in fundamentals, in redox titration, some concepts are there, that is the concept of oxidation state, oxidation, reduction, oxidizing agents or oxidants, reducing agents or reductants. And this fundamental part, I think most of the students they know these fundamentals. The second part, which is very important, that is the critical concept. Here, two concepts are there, that is the law of chemical equivalence. This is very important law. By using this law, without writing the complete reaction, you can solve the question. So that is the significance of the law of chemical equivalence. And the second concept, that is the N factor. And the third part, that is the application part, mathematical tools are there. By knowing these tools, you can solve the numericals. So I am going to discuss all these micro concepts by taking an example. The question is, how many moles of acidified KMnO4 required to react with 10 moles of oxalic acid? So this is the question. We have to find out the value of the number of moles of KMnO4. See, first of all, we have to apply this law of chemical equivalence, but before that, we should know what are the changes in this reaction. If you consider the reaction KMnO4 and oxalic acid in acidic medium, there will be the change in oxidation state of manganese in KMnO4. It will be converted to Mn plus 2, and there will be change in the oxidation state of carbon. It will be converted to basically CO2 in this reaction. So now, what is the oxidation state? Oxidation state is basically the real or imaginary charge on an element in its combined state. So here, if you calculate the oxidation state of manganese, that is plus 7, because you know that oxidation state of potassium, that is plus 1, and oxidation state of oxygen, that is minus 2. So overall charge on the compound, that should be 0 if the charge on the manganese, that is plus 7. Here, what is the charge on the carbon atom in oxalic acid? If you calculate the oxidation state, it should be plus 3. Now, in acidic medium, basically we take dilute sulfuric acid. So here, the manganese will be converted to MnSO4, where the oxidation state of manganese, that is plus 2. And in CO2, the oxidation state of carbon, that is plus 4. So first of all, you should know what are the changes. Oxidation state of carbon, it will go from plus 3 to plus 4. That means oxalic acid, that will be oxidized. So oxidation will take place in case of oxalic acid. KMnO4 in acidic medium, that is very good oxidizing agent. So if you consider the oxidation state, that will go from plus 7 to plus 2 in case of manganese. So there is a reduction in the oxidation state. So this is basically reduction. So this is the reaction. So you have to remember the changes. Remember the oxalate part, that will be converted to CO2 in such cases. Second case, that is the concept of N factor. Friends, in this part, so many students are having some doubts. So let us discuss in details about the N factor. Now, what is N factor? If you consider the change in oxidation state of manganese in acidic medium, in case of KMnO4, manganese will go from +7 to +2 in acidic medium. Now, if I consider neutral medium, in that case, it will go to +4 state. And if you consider strongly alkaline medium, it will go to +6 oxidation state. Friends, first of all, what is the concept of N factor? Like, the concept behind N factor is the number of moles of electrons which are involved for 1 mole of the reactant participating in the reaction. So here, if you consider, in this case, the oxidation state will go from +7 to +2. You should remember, basically the electrons are responsible for the change in oxidation state. So for 1 mole of KMnO4, how many moles of electrons are involved? That is 5 moles of electrons are involved. So here, if you consider the N factor of KMnO4 in acidic medium, the N factor, that should be 5. Now in case of neutral medium, for 1 mole of KMnO4, the number of moles of electrons which are involved, you can easily calculate from the change in oxidation state, and that is 3. So the N factor here, that will be 3. Now in case of strongly alkaline medium, suppose if you take KOH, it will be like this: K2MnO4, potassium manganate. So here the oxidation state is +6. So here, what is the change in oxidation state? That is 1. So for 1 mole of KMnO4, 1 mole of electron that is required. So the N factor is 1. Like, if you consider N factor for oxalic acid in this reaction, now if you consider the change, basically here 2 carbon atoms are there. Remember, in one molecule 2 carbon atoms are there in case of oxalic acid. So basically from 1 mole, 2 moles of CO2 will get. Now here the oxidation state, that is +3. Here the oxidation state of carbon, that is +4. So basically, if you consider the change in oxidation state, so for 1 mole oxalic acid, 2 moles electrons are required, because if you consider 1 mole oxalic acid, here 2 moles carbon atoms are there. So the number of moles of electrons, that will be 2. So here N factor, that will be 2. That will be 2. So I think the concept of N factor is clear to all of you. Now, what is the law of chemical equivalence? According to the law of chemical equivalence, for any complete reaction, number of equivalents of the reactants should be equal. Suppose there is a reaction between A and B. These are 2 reactants and the products are C and D. In that case, number of equivalents of A, it should be equal to the number of equivalents of B. This is basically the law of chemical equivalence. So here also, in this case, the number of equivalents of oxalic acid, it should be equal to the number of equivalents of KMnO4 in acidic medium. Now, what is the relation between number of moles and number of equivalents? I have already told you in the application part. Some mathematical tools were there, and you know that number of equivalents, that is equal to N factor into number of moles. So in case of oxidizing or reducing agent, the N factor, how to calculate, I have told you. So that is the number of moles of electrons which are involved for 1 mole of the reactant. So if you consider the number of equivalents of oxalic acid, it should be what? So I have taken 10 moles of oxalic acid. So the number of equivalents of oxalic acid, that is 20, because 2 is the N factor, and the number of moles taken, that is 10 mole. Now in case of KMnO4, number of equivalents, here you know the N factor in acidic medium for KMnO4, that is 5, and number of moles we have considered that as X, so that is 5x. So now according to the law of equivalence, basically the number of equivalents of both the reactants should be equal. So I can write 5x equal to 20, so x equal to 4. So number of moles of KMnO4 required for reaction with 10 moles of oxalic acid in acidic medium, that is 4. So I think this example is clear to all of you. Now we'll take another example. Now in this question, I have considered that VML of 1 molar KMnO4 in acidic medium will react with 100 ml of 1 molar oxalic acid solution. So what will be the volume of KMnO4? Dear students, in this reaction, again we have to follow the law of chemical equivalence, and I think the concept of N factor, that is clear to all of you. But again we have to keep in mind few steps here. First of all, you have to convert molarity into normality, because normality is related with number of equivalents. The definition of normality, you know, that is the number of gram equivalents of the solute dissolved in 1 liter of the solution. Here, first of all, we should convert the molarity into normality. That is the first step. And now you know that normality equal to N factor into molarity. You know that molarity, that is basically that means number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter of solution. So similar type of relation is there between normality and molarity, like the number of equivalents and moles. Similar type of relation is there. So what is the normality of KMnO4? So here the N factor is 5. So the normality of KMnO4, that is 5 normal. Now what is the normality for oxalic acid solution? So again the N factor is 2. So here it will be 2 normal. Now again I am telling you, when volume is given in milliliter, remember one thing, if you multiply normality and volume, and suppose the volume is given in ml, you will get number of milli equivalents. And remember, if the volume is given in liter, you will get number of equivalents. But here, and most of the cases, the volume will be given in milliliter. So remember, here we will get what? Number of milli equivalents when we multiply normality with volume in ml. Now, according to the law of chemical equivalence, the equivalents of the reactants for any complete reaction, that should be equal. Again, if the equivalents are equal, so the number of milli equivalents are also equal. Fine. So the next step is N1V1 equal to N2V2. That means number of milli equivalents of KMnO4, it should be equal to the number of milli equivalents of oxalic acid. So here 5 into V and 2 into 100. So the V will be 40. So here the answer is coming out. This is the volume of KMnO4, that will be 40 ml. I think this is clear to all of you. Now I'll take another example. See, another example I'm going to discuss with taking another very important, very popular oxidizing agent in redox titration, that is acidified K2Cr2O7. But first of all, you should know that K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium, it will be converted to chromium plus 3. Here in 1 mole of K2Cr2O7, 2 moles of chromium atoms are there. So if you calculate the N factor, it will be what? Here this is plus 6. So for 1 chromium atom, the change in oxidation state, that is 3 units. But for here 2 chromium atoms are there, so the change in oxidation state, that will be 6 units. So for 1 mole of K2Cr2O7, 6 moles of electrons are involved. So here the N factor, that will be 6. Now I am going to take another example. Suppose 300 ml 1 molar oxalic acid solution will react with VML 1 molar K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium. So what will be the volume of K2Cr2O7? Friends, here again you have to convert the molarity into normality. Here the normality for oxalic acid, in this case also I am telling you one thing, the oxalate part, that will be converted to CO2. Remember, in case of like KMnO4 in acidic medium or K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium, the oxalate part will be converted to CO2 for oxalic acid, or suppose any different salt, oxalate salt is given, so the oxalate part will be converted to CO2. So here again the N factor, that will be 2. So here the normality will be 2 normal, and here the normality will be 6 normal. So now when we apply N1V1 according to the law of chemical equivalence, N1V1 equal to N2V2, then we'll get what? So the volume will be 100 ml. So my dear students, I think the examples are clear to all of you and you have understood all the steps. There are some other reagents are also there. I'll discuss in the next video. So dear students, if you have liked my class, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.